Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Tuesday, May the 1st, 2018. My time is flying by. All right, so what do we have for the week so far? Well, taking a look at Bitcoin futures, which is representative of the cryptocurrency market as a whole, you can see that we are in retracement mode. Okay, the market has been recovering, trying to build a case for rally. Unfortunately, it's having a big problem with its initial target objective of 10,000. 10,000 is the immediate overhead resistance as indicated here. If the market can get a good strong close above that, then guess what? We're at a situation where we have a momentum shift in effect. Now, it hasn't occurred yet, but when and if that does happen, that could cause the market to get up to the secondary objective of 13,000. And then, as you know, one thing leads to another, and you're out of a bear market now into a bull market. But that has not happened yet. We're still officially in a bear market, so we must trade and treat the market as such. Right now, I do believe that the market is possibly setting up for the rally to come to an end and to be sold off. I'm anticipating a picture sort of like this. This is where I would say we're at right now, the stage that happened here. Okay? When we got here, the rally from the lows was over and the market came back down to retest this low. Now, it is to be noted that this is a pointer right here. Market did not fill that pointer. Instead, it just came down close to it and then quickly retreated. The pointer is still in play. It's a very important pointer. I think that this picture here is about to begin right here. And this time it should take the market to about, I want to say possibly somewhere in here. All right, that's sub 5,000. That's possibly somewhere in the 4,000 handle, maybe even 3,800. Okay, this is where this should go, all things being considered. We shall see. Now, of course, time and price are two distant cousins that don't necessarily get along. So if I were to call, we've already talked about the price, if I were to call the time period on which this would come to effect, I would say it would be somewhere around hither, which would put us in the July time frame. All right. So it's going to be somewhere around in here. All right. Okay. So between now and July, we should see cryptos come down to this 4,000, maybe high 3,800 area. All things being considered, if this bear market is going to continue, that's what we can expect. All right. So that's it for the crypto market. Taking a look at the US dollar. All right, pull that one up. And we're in a somewhat similar circumstance, as you can see on the weekly chart. As goes the Bitcoin, so goes the dollar. But this is a little exception here. This is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. Because what do we see happening here? Well, I told you so. That's what we see happening here. The US dollar index is doing I told you so. I told you that we were going to go here. 9,200. 92, I said 9,200. 92 is the longer term resistance area I told you about. I told you that 90 was in play, back when we were bouncing off of these lows here. Remember that? I told you that's where you were going. So we did that. Then I said it's going to be a fast move once it clears this initial objective. 92 is not far behind. And then I said from there you got this little air pocket here, and then it should push it back down again. So right now you're at a phase of higher end of the Trump range. All right, so this is a Trump market. All right, what you're seeing here is the White House import-export policy at work. This is the Trump market. Okay, all right, that's what this is. All right, the White House needs the dollar index to be between 89 and 91, and we broke out of that, and now we're at the higher echelon of that, so we're around 92 now. Why did we break out and hit the 92? Well, it was inevitable that the price action was going to chase that, but there is political ramifications behind this move here, and that's the Trump White House. Okay, it's a Trump market, so the dollar is being allowed to go even higher, and it's being allowed to strengthen because of this whole trade war talk with China. So this is being done, you know, in regards to that. Okay, so this is a punishment move to China, being done to punish China and to flex muscles a little bit. Trump's flexing and using the dollar to do that. So that's what this is. Boom, bam. This is your Trump market. Okay. Nothing else needs to be said. This is what it is. All right. It locked itself in, but it's getting a little overdone now. I think we can pretty much probably see this come to a close a little bit. And it may hang out here for a little while, but I think that's going to be pretty much it for the dollar. This is it. Squeeze him a little bit, scare people a little bit, let him show that the dollar's still king and all this other stuff, and he can hurt you and make you spend more dollars to buy U.S. products and things like that. So, boom. All right, enough of that. Let's switch over now. Our focus to the bonds. Okay, so what's going on with your bonds? All right, you can see your bonds are also in a similar bear market as the dollar is, and the bonds is weaker than the Bitcoin and weaker than the dollar. As you can see, it's right here, still chilling, hanging out at its lows. Okay, bear market full intact, downtrend channel still intact, and we're still locked and loaded here with the negative momentum. We have not seen the bottom yet. This market hasn't started to retrace yet. We'll know that the bonds are bottoming and starting to retrace once we get a close above the momentum line. And right now, that's being projected at 143.29 for this week. Failure to do so opens up the floodgates for more selling into next week if we don't start doing it this week, which we probably will. All right. The alarm bell should be going off if you're long in this market right now. All right. The market you should be focusing on right now would be the TBT. The long TBT play is in play. But here's what's happening. These markets have been consolidated for so long, going nowhere for so long. You know, a month has passed and there's been no movement in the markets by and large. So what's happening is there's a pause that's going on right here. If you want to go long the bonds, there's nothing happening for you right now. If you're trying to short the bonds or get long the inverse ETF like TBT, you're not seeing any price appreciation at this time. The price is just flat. You're at the same price you were 2 weeks ago. This is the third week starting now. You're at the same price you were 2 weeks ago. You've had no price appreciation, and you've really had no sell off either. This is a total flat line. Even though price action is happening above the momentum line, by and large overall, the market is flat. All right, you're at the same price you were. You're at the same price range you were, even going back further, even going back to March the 12th of this year. You're pretty much at the same price point that you were there. Here's the range for that week of March the 12th. Here's where you are right now. Same range. Go across the board here. You're at the same price you were. Nothing is really happening. Here you are. You're still at the same price you were. Also, going back to January, the week of January 29th of this year, you're at the same price. Nothing is happening. All right. Markets are pretty much dead. They're quiet. Nothing's happening. No commitment on either side. Quiet, quiet, quiet across the board. Looking at crude oil. Crude oil is hanging out at the $67 handle. All right, not giving anything up. Flat line. This is the third week in a row, really the fourth week in a row. No gain. No sell off and no gain. You're hugging the momentum line, but nothing's happening. I still think it's gonna best 70. But for right now, you're just gonna hang out here at the upper echelon of the high 60s and just chill out for some time. You got rampage coming up. Summer driving season's kicking off here shortly, so you're just gonna stay strong for right now. Don't expect any sell-offs yet until end of July, August, something like that. No, let me push that back. I'm gonna say late August. All right, pretty much around the same time that the live cattle futures usually sell off, which is in August. All right. Okay, what else? Let's see. Oh, let's look at the Nasdaq 100. All right, Nasdaq 100, same thing. All right, actually going back, it's like 2 months now. You've had nothing happening. Going back to March the 19th until now, we've had nothing happening in the price. You're still chilling where you were. There's nothing happening. The market is flat, no conviction up or down, just trading in a tight range, nothing happening. No signals giving you anything. Looking at the chart, the market is just saying, I don't care. I'm not going to move, and I don't care. Looking at gold though, gold now experimenting at the lower end of the range. Okay, threatening to go below the trend line support, threatening to lock in. All right, and accelerate into the selling and get and get pretty much deeper, deep south of 1280. All right, threatening to even drop below the Kumo cloud. This is threatening right now. If it gets below this trend line on a close, then that's a wrap. You've now broken from the trading range and chosen a side, which is south. And we got momentum threatening to also turn. We got a threatening momentum shift coming in gold. This could be bad. All right. So looking at DGLD, DGLD could be waking up, as you can see here. Alarm bells going off. Got overhead resistance here, and the bottom of the Kumo cloud, but it could get on and popping. All right. If gold does take a fall and turn bearish, you're looking at north of $55 on DGLD. Okay. On the GLD side, GLD is threatening also, as you can see, and if it drops below this trend line support, it could fall south of $118. So big possible drops uh, are coming for gold. All right, big drops are possible. You see the damage extending in the silver. Silver still looking mad weak and ready to take a dive and threatening to drop below 16 and get back into the 15 handle, maybe even the 14 handle. All right, it's looking really bad for the metals right now. Some kind of catalyst is going to have to happen. Maybe a stock market sell-off could save the precious metals right now, but I don't know. Okay, natural gas strengthening up a little bit. Overhead resistance is still at around the 287 mark, and it's just kind of hanging out here too. All right, the sellers have all but walked away from the market and allowing the bulls to run a little bit, but the bulls aren't really getting ahead of themselves. They're just maintaining and helping the price to just stabilize here. So at the end of the day, just not a whole lot going on. All right. Even Hack has been chilling and falling back. All right. Still hanging out, above $36, but just kind of hanging out up here. Everything's quiet right now. Like there's nothing happening at all. So you got to watch the quiet markets. All right. You got to watch them. There's an old saying, you don't short a quiet market. And there's a lot of truth to that. But at the same time, we are in uncertain times right now. So you really got to be careful. Trade what you see. Don't worry about what you don't see. All right. And with that being said, come on and take the study course at pulsewavetrading.com. Learn how to trade these markets. Learn the secrets of the power of the pulse wave system. Get those alerts, those rally and crash alerts delivered to you ASAP as soon as the alerts go out. And you can do that at pulsewavetrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.